connecting with the divine. Listen to me, my beloved son, until the very end, because every word I am about to speak to you has been carefully chosen to touch your heart and bring clarity to your life. My dear one, there are moments when you feel that everything is slipping from your hands, when your efforts seem useless, and when circumstances appear to conspire against you. But I am here, observing every detail of your journey, every silent tear you shed when you think no one is watching, every act of courage you carry out even when life feels too heavy. Are you seeking a deep spiritual transformation in your life and in the lives of those you love? Imagine attracting wealth and abundance in less than a week, while blessings pour over you daily. All of this begins with a simple 1-minute prayer. To discover how this technique can transform your reality, click the link in the first comment. Every step you take toward this journey not only benefits you but also supports our channel and the dedicated team that brings this valuable content to you. Do not wait any longer to begin this journey of spiritual and material transformation. Click now to learn more and start your path toward a fuller, more abundant life. I know that you have carried burdens that do not belong to you, trying to protect those you love, trying to maintain peace in a world that insists on testing you, and yet, you remain steadfast, even when everything inside you cries out for rest. Today, I want you to feel my presence in a tangible way, to perceive that nothing happening around you escapes my notice, because I am the guardian of your story, the invisible protector who never leaves, even in moments when darkness feels densest. Always remember, my son, that your faith, even when silent, is never in vain. I see every moment when you struggle between duty and hope, when you try to hide your fatigue and fear, so as not to worry those who depend on you. I saw earlier today when you stared into the void, seeking answers in places that could not bring you comfort. I was there, because I do not just see, I feel with you. There are forces around you, invisible to human eyes, trying to sow doubt and confusion, but I stop them before they can touch you or yours. Every shadow that tried to approach what I have given you was repelled by my powerful hand. Every destructive tie the enemy tried to place in your life was broken before you even realized it. I want you to know, my son, that nothing happens by chance. When you opened this text, this specific moment, I had already determined it would be the time to give you this message. Even on the quietest days, when you feel that no one notices your effort, I notice. Every prayer you whispered in the intimacy of your heart, every silent plea that seemed unheard, I received as a pleasing fragrance. Your efforts to maintain peace at home, your dedication to protecting those you love, your patience in enduring difficult people or draining situations, all of this is recognized, and I take note of every act of love and perseverance. I know you carry within you the spirit of a silent warrior, someone who faces invisible battles to protect not only themselves but your entire family, and I will never let that go unnoticed. Every tear shed in secret, every night you lay down unsure of how to move forward, I transform into spiritual fuel, into strength for your journey. Today, I want you to understand something essential. What seems fragile in your life is not lost. What appears on the verge of collapse will not fall. I have already prepared the resolution for the situations you believed had no way out. There are spiritual movements attempting to destabilize your peace, undermining your emotional, spiritual, and even physical health. But I am ahead, defending what is yours, protecting those you love, intervening before any harm can occur. The confusions that arise suddenly, the arguments that appear for no reason, the unexpected ailments, are not mere coincidences, they are strategies that I neutralize, even when you do not notice. That is why you are reading these words now, to understand that the protection you have received is not the result of chance, but of my constant love and care. God created us as unique individuals and does not guide us all in the same way. He has an individual, different, and unique plan for each of us. Therefore, if you want to win your race, you will need to find your own way of running. Of course, we can learn from others, but we should not try to copy them at the cost of losing our own individuality. While following the advice and examples of others, we also need to spend time in silence with God, asking Him for specific guidance for our lives. Moreover, many people have no idea that there is a powerful method to manifest money. There is a manifestation technique that can change your beliefs about reality at the deepest level of the subconscious mind. This technique literally changed my life. I invite you to give it an honest chance. Try clicking the link in the first comment to see if it works for you as well. When you believe that God wants to manifest in your life, you have the boldness to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in unique and wonderful ways, so be open and confident in seeking His blessings and divine guidance, believing that He has a special plan for you. My son, you have been obedient even without fully understanding. You have followed the paths I placed before you, even when life seemed to demand more than you could give. And for this silent faithfulness, I have openings reserved for you, paths that the world cannot comprehend. No material resource, no current circumstance, no human obstacle has power over the promises I have for you. Every dream you have kept, every goal that was postponed, every hope that seemed extinguished, I keep alive with my own light. The promises I made never fail. Today, I want you to feel the certainty that everything within your reach, everything that seemed to be slipping away, is being protected and guided by me. There are people close to you who, unknowingly, try to interfere with what I have placed in your hands. But do not fear, my son, for I see hearts, I perceive hidden intentions, and I set invisible boundaries so that the light I have ignited in you is not extinguished. No envious glance, no malicious word, no destructive thought can penetrate the shield I have raised around you. Everything you have lived through, every silent battle, every effort to keep your home intact, every act of patience and love, I see and bless. You are not alone, and you never have been. Every moment of loneliness, every time you felt you carried a burden alone, I was with you, sustaining you with my hand and guiding you with my spirit. Now, I want you to understand something deeper. The attacks and difficulties that arise around you are not a sign of failure but a proof that you are advancing. The spiritual battles and trials that emerge in daily life are signs that the progress you have achieved is valuable. With every obstacle that arises, I intercede, breaking chains, removing invisible barriers, and bringing answers you may not yet perceive. Every situation that seemed lost, every difficulty that seemed insurmountable, I transform into victory. And this is exactly what happened today. 3 minutes ago, a divine intervention saved someone you deeply love, protecting them from harm you did not even notice. You may not know how much your silent faithfulness has impacted lives, but I see everything, and nothing escapes my sight. My dear son, I want you to feel now a deep peace. A peace that does not depend on external circumstances but that arises from my presence in your life. Angels camp around your home, guarding your family, your achievements, your dreams, and your health. Plans of destruction have been nullified, and what is yet to come will be shaped by my care and guidance. Share this message, not to impress anyone, but so that others can also receive protection, understanding, and hope. You do not walk alone, and each passing day, I manifest answers and blessings that you may not yet perceive, but that are unfolding according to my perfect timing. The freedom, protection, and restoration you experience today are the fruit of my eternal love and unwavering commitment to you. Always remember, my beloved son, that you were chosen to move forward with strength and purpose. Everything you have endured, everything you have silently borne, every tear and hidden smile, all of this has shaped the person you are now. And I am ahead, opening doors that no one can close, illuminating paths that no one can darken. Trust, follow, remain steadfast, for my plan for you is perfect and eternal. Today, tomorrow, and always, I will be your shield, your strength, and your guide in every step you take. Nothing can separate you from my love, and no force of evil can prevail against what I have established for you. Breathe, my son, for you are safe, protected, and loved in a way that even darkness cannot comprehend. Listen carefully, for every word placed in your heart is meant to touch your soul deeply. You have called for signs, sought confirmations, and questioned whether all you have done in faith has truly mattered. Now I speak directly to your spirit. There is an open window over your life at this very moment. Everything that seemed stagnant or blocked is beginning to move with purpose and precision. Even those who seemed spiritually distant, your children, your family, your friends, will feel small stirrings that draw them back toward me. The intercession you have carried out, even silently, is reaching places where your feet have not yet gone. The communion, dialogue, and harmony that once seemed broken are beginning to restore themselves. Do not fear, for what is coming is transformation, not destruction, a silent and powerful renewal that few will notice immediately, but that is essential for the cycle opening before you. There are moments when you feel the weight of invisible battles, ones that seem impossible to win and that no one acknowledges. Every stir of unease, every intuition you've experienced recently is confirmation that unseen forces are working in favor of your faithfulness and persistence. A spiritual gathering has recently taken place in your favor, and your next season has already been set. There will be resistance, there will be challenges, but now you carry an authority deposited directly in your spirit, allowing you to discern true intentions, protect yourself spiritually, and position yourself with wisdom. The time has come to act strategically, not merely with kindness. Wake up to this reality, understanding that every choice must be guided by the peace that comes from above. The coming days will be decisive, and every decision will have a direct impact on your home, your health, and your relationships. Do not allow fleeting impulses to guide you. Wait for my direction, for I will speak through signs, unexpected situations, and unlikely people. When this occurs, peace will flood your heart and bring clarity. This peace is not temporary, it is enduring, and it will anchor you in the midst of everything that lies ahead. Begin to seek it now, right where you are. Every inner confirmation, every sense of certainty, is proof that I am acting directly in your life, restoring what seemed lost and opening pathways previously blocked by spiritual interference. Your faithfulness and patience have prepared the ground for this hour. You have endured so much alone. I have seen every effort, every silent tear, every moment you felt unable to continue. Life has demanded more than you could give, yet you have remained steadfast because within you lies an eternal purpose, a mission that cannot be stopped by temporary exhaustion. There were days when your body was tired, your mind overloaded, and your heart restless, yet you rose, for the strength within you is not from this world, it comes from me. Now I am touching the deepest layers of your spirit, untying knots you didn't even know existed. Those who carry light will always be confronted by darkness, but they are never truly alone. Every step you take, every tear you shed, has been observed, and the time of harvest is closer than you imagine. Promises that were once blocked are beginning to manifest. Situations that repeated, relationships that fell apart, and opportunities that vanished are now moving with ease and purpose. It is essential that you remain steadfast, trusting with maturity and discernment, not waiting passively. Many abandon faith when results do not appear immediately, but I do not work with appearances, I work with eternal purposes. Do not compare yourself, do not rush, and do not fear that what is yours will be taken by another. There is a set time for everything, and yours is being redirected with divine precision. My angels remain vigilant, protecting what has already been assigned to you, as you move toward your spiritual destiny with courage and faith. Keep your soul connected, for what began here does not end here, and the best is yet to come. Every effort, every tear, every act of faithfulness, even the silent ones, is being rewarded in the spiritual realm. You may not see it, but I am aware of the depth of your dedication and the persistence of your heart. A renewing force is preparing you for a new season of victories, revelations, and restorations. Nothing has happened by chance. Every detail, even those that seemed insignificant, has been carefully orchestrated. Trust, for I know the path ahead, and it is filled with opportunities, enduring peace, and blessings beyond comprehension. Walk with discernment, steady in every decision, knowing that my presence guides every step and every moment of your life, now and forever. Listen carefully, because every word I am about to reveal has been chosen to touch your heart and strengthen your soul. There are moments when it feels as though everything around you is collapsing, when dreams seem to dissolve before your eyes, and your efforts bear no fruit. But know that every moment of waiting, every silence, every apparent failure is part of a greater plan, a project carefully crafted for your life. The promise I made to you is clear and eternal, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. This word is not merely poetry or temporary comfort. It is foundation, it is cornerstone, it is what I build when no one is watching, in the invisible details that will shape a visible testimony, and you are at the center of this plan. What seems to others as waste, delay, or loss is, to me, preparation. Every difficulty, every obstacle, every silent tear you have shed has a purpose that only time will reveal. Many times, situations that seemed promising crumbled before you, but they were not failures, they were necessary dismantling to make way for what is solid, true, and eternal. Do not see these moments as punishment or rejection, but as divine adjustments, pieces of a puzzle that need to fit before the work is complete. Even when your prayers seemed to hit the ceiling and go unheard, I was listening, and every word you spoke was like ink on a canvas that only I could complete. While you cried out, I traced paths. While you wept, I strengthened your spirit. Now, these paths will begin to open, and you will realize that every period of waiting was not wasted, but a time of maturation and preparation. That feeling of stagnation or not seeing progress was, in fact, the soil being tilled so invisible seeds could germinate. Everything that seemed slow or silent was being built behind the scenes of your destiny. Your faith, even when unseen, even when doubted by human eyes, became the safety belt that sustained the spiritual house in which you live. Now, the time to harvest has come, and what was hidden will be revealed, multiplied, showing the world that my justice and faithfulness remain eternal. Every act of perseverance that went unnoticed, every tear shed in secret, every silent effort is being honored because I have not only observed but participated in every detail of your journey. You have felt weary of waiting, exhausted from giving without receiving, from protecting, defending, and loving without return. I want you to understand that none of this has been in vain. Every moment of weariness was not neglect, but separation, protection, and care. Some people were removed from your path not to punish you, but to create space for true connections, clean environments, and mature relationships where what I have prepared can flourish without contamination. Your journey has been unique, different from anyone else's, because what you carry is not ordinary, and therefore it cannot be treated as ordinary. Every detail, every silent step, every decision made amid doubt was observed and carefully preserved. The indifference, silence, and lack of recognition from some did not erase your value. Instead, it strengthened your essence and prepared you to receive something that surpasses any human expectation. What seemed like pain was discipline, and what seemed like abandonment was protection. As you read these words, feel that something new is awakening inside you. It is not just a fleeting emotion, but a confirmation that heaven walks closely beside you. When heaven moves, the earth responds, and small changes, unexpected signs, revealing dreams, and chance encounters will begin to align with what I have already determined. You are no longer caught in repeating cycles. You are beginning a destiny, a stage of authority, discernment, and clarity. The wounds that once affected you will now serve as lessons and strength. What once seemed to weaken you now equips you with wisdom and firmness, and what once harmed you now becomes a belt of spiritual and emotional power. People will notice the change, and you will realize that what previously seemed to hold you back now sustains and elevates you. Every painful experience, every quiet struggle, every anxious wait has contributed to making you resilient, capable of leading rather than merely enduring. The promises that remained paused due to limitations of time or human choices now find space to manifest in your life. Everything your parents or grandparents could not experience because of circumstances beyond their control, you will live. I am the God who honors even 1,000 generations of those who seek me, and today you are being positioned not only to overcome but to restore the spiritual line of your family. Every tear you have shed, every silent prayer you have lifted, was not ignored. It was being carefully accumulated, shaped, and prepared so that what I am doing now will have an eternal impact. In this moment, invisible healings are already taking place, emotional, spiritual, even physical. Where my voice is heard, my power manifests, and even if you do not fully understand the process, trust, for my hand operates in secret, transforming what seemed lost into something glorious and new. The pains you have carried in silence, those you could neither share nor express in words, I see and feel deeply. My empathy does not come merely to comfort, but to restore, to rebuild that which was broken. The time in which you felt invisible is coming to an end, a new cycle opens before you, and your story will be redirected with purpose. You have walked holding tightly to your heart, trying to appear strong while inwardly desiring rest, and I have been with you in every moment of fatigue and doubt. Every early morning when your thoughts prevented you from finding peace, I was there, strengthening your spirit. Now the hour of manifestation has arrived, not only of a transformed environment, but of a redirected destiny. What once weighed heavy will become light because I guide everything with precision and love, and you no longer need to fight to sustain that which I myself uphold. Do not carry the excess that you have always tried to keep under your control. I am assuming full governance over your circumstances, over everything that burdens your heart. Some situations will resolve without your intervention, other paths will align effortlessly, because it is my presence that now speaks louder than any human attempt. Nothing destined for you will be taken, and no one can remove what I have prepared for your good. Small signs and great signs will appear on your journey, unexpected encounters, words that pierce your soul, calls that change the course of your day. Everything is being carefully orchestrated by me, for nothing I do is by chance. Every detail has been planned so that your life may flourish at the exact right time. As I reorganize your trajectory, some old connections will be restored and others dissolved. Distances, although temporarily painful, will make space for the new that has already been prepared. You have felt something shift, even without understanding, and that perception is real. It is the touch of my presence realigning everything around you. Even without consciously noticing, your spirit has already sensed the movement. You have entered a territory where faith will be your passport. Places that once denied you access now become points of honor, not by human merit, but because heaven has decreed the time of your discreet yet undeniable ascension. The losses you tried to comprehend without success now receive peace instead of explanations, for not everything needs to be understood when I guide each step. Every act of mercy you choose to offer in this season carries eternal weight. People will return to seek forgiveness, and you, even without seeking vengeance, will extend the compassion that transforms. What you sow now sustains the next stages of your life and influences others in ways you could never imagine. Every gesture of generosity is like a seed in fertile soil, ready to bear fruit at the appointed time. Situations that seemed irregular or unusual were, in truth, divine alerts, signs that something needed adjustment. Those moments when you chose to protect yourself, silence your voice, or step away from what seemed dangerous were acts of obedience that now result in protection and victory. Those who listen and obey before fully understanding receive before even asking. The plan I have prepared never fails, never retreats, never delays. When I declare it time, no force can prevent it. I guide you along paths of honor even when human tracks attempted to divert you. Every pain, every delay, every silence you faced served to strengthen your spirit and adjust your vision toward that which is eternal. The sharp edges of life have been softened by my hand so that you may walk safely and fully aware that everything has purpose. Even those who challenged you or underestimated your potential will be touched by the clarity of your ascension, glorifying along with you that which I accomplish when the right moment arrives. What is being restored is not merely a repetition of what was lost, it is a multiplication, a renewal, a transformation that exceeds human expectations. What once seemed impossible now manifests in fullness, with strength, beauty, and purpose. Every suppressed emotion, every pain stored in the shadows of your heart, is being treated and redirected to generate maturity, balance, and profound understanding. I do not merely comprehend your pains, I feel them with you, and my empathy is not only consoling but restorative. With every moment, my presence transforms what seemed stagnant, reorganizing the invisible and making tangible what was once only a promise. Everything that will manifest in your life is being coordinated with celestial precision. Your destiny is not random, and every step we take together is marked by my power and infinite wisdom. The visible and invisible changes you will experience are proof of my care, faithfulness, and intentionality in every act. No loss is final, no waiting is in vain. When the time comes, the transformation is complete, total, and irrevocable. Today, I confirm to you, what once seemed distant is now immediate, what once felt heavy is now light, and that which seems beyond human comprehension, I make fully happen. Walk with confidence, for every movement of mine is made with love, exactness, and eternal purpose. Every tear shed, every sleepless night, every prayer whispered in silence has been observed, recorded, and valued. Even when you could not perceive my presence, I was breathing upon the spark that never went out within you, that light that kept you alive amid uncertainty. Now, that spark will blaze with renewed intensity. What seemed dormant inside you will awaken with strength, giving rise to dreams you thought were forgotten. The projects you buried out of fear or disappointment will resurface with brighter colors, clear direction, and the necessary strength to become tangible reality. Your life will begin to transform not only through external circumstances but through the new spiritual posture you are adopting. Every thought, every decision, every word you speak will reflect discernment and authority, removing everything that sought to confuse your path and bringing clarity to your spirit. You will understand that this lightness you feel does not come from an external change, but from an internal renewal that touches your soul, body, and mind simultaneously. Your body will be touched by my healing hand. There will be days when you feel an unfamiliar lightness, a mental clarity that once seemed impossible, and restorative sleep that renews every cell of your being. What was once anchored in sickness or weakness will begin to yield, because when your spirit is restored, your body responds in obedience. I will heal not only the visible symptoms but also the root of everything that has limited your strength and vitality. You will notice subtle but profound changes, more energy, greater focus, firmer steps. Your life will become a bridge of peace within your home, because reconciliation will be possible among those who have remained distant. Situations that seemed irreparable will be rebuilt with wisdom and grace, and you will be an instrument of that transformation, not through your words, but through the presence I carry within you. Your presence will be a balm to tense hearts, and in every place you inhabit there will be a change of atmosphere, because wherever I dwell, peace becomes tangible. Do not worry about what has not yet arrived. Celebrate what is already being activated in your life. What seemed scarce in your hands is abundant in mine, ready to multiply and bear fruit. While you focused on lack, I was already seeing the abundance prepared to manifest. Gratitude will be your key to opening new doors. When you learn to value what is being activated in your life, no barrier will remain closed. You will see that what once caused anxiety will lose its power, because the spiritual exchange has begun, fear for confidence, doubt for conviction, heaviness for purpose. All of this occurs invisibly, deep within your being, but its effects will be evident in every area of your life. Even what seemed silent and unanswered has been heard and recorded. Every prayer, every supplication, every secret request will be rewarded in its time, and the harvest you receive will be marked by joy, not by chance. Deliverance will arrive in the days ahead. Those who walked spiritually blind will begin to see clearly, and you will recognize that this opening is the result of my direct intervention. You will receive calls, messages, and visits that will be key to your mission. The unexpected will become common, and every connection will have a special purpose. I am redesigning your alliances and strengthening your support network. It is not about convenience or coincidences, but about solid truths that reflect what truly matters. You will feel a deep sense of belonging, surrounded by people who understand you without judgment and share your vision of life. Your home will become a place of miracles. Walls that once witnessed arguments and tears will now resonate with praise and celebration. Peace will fill every corner, and anyone who enters will feel the presence of something greater, of an order beyond what your eyes can see. Everything will flow naturally because my work does not burden, it transforms, guides, and endures. You will be remembered not for superficial recognition or visibility, but for fulfilling the mission I have entrusted to you. Those who forgot your name will remember your testimony, and your impact will be greater than you can calculate. Every door that opens in your life will have repercussions beyond your understanding, because I work through your surrender, not through your merits. What you do today with faith and perseverance will become the foundation for something eternal. You were not raised to merely survive day by day, but to carry the essence of something that transcends time. What drives you is not the fear of losing, but the certainty that I am with you in every detail, sustaining your efforts and multiplying your strength beyond your limits. There were moments when you doubted your own strength, but even in those doubts, you remained steadfast. Now you will understand that this strength was never solely yours. It was my hand holding the scaffolding of your heart, preserving every seed of hope as you walked through deserts where everything seemed dry and lifeless. Every challenge, every obstacle, every moment of desolation was meant to keep that seed alive, because from it will arise abundance, reconciliation, and the manifestation of your dreams. What seemed impossible today begins to take shape. Your story is being written with eternal ink, and every chapter reflects my care and loving intervention in your life. Do not allow disbelief to cloud the clarity I am placing in your spirit. The vision you receive is real and destined to materialize at the perfect time. Your mind will become clearer, your decisions firmer, and your steps more confident, because I am planting discernment in every area of your life. What once seemed confusing will now be evident. What once seemed a sacrifice will now yield tangible rewards. There will be moments of awe, recognition, and gratitude when you look back and see how everything, even the hardest trials, was part of a perfect design. You are not alone. Every experience has been a spiritual lesson preparing you to receive all I have promised. Patience, faith, and perseverance will be rewarded, and you will discover that what seemed like a delay was simply a time of preparation for something greater than you had imagined. Your life will become a living testimony of my work in the world. Every transformation, every reconciliation, every deliverance, and every healing will be a sign that I am working through you. It does not matter how long the nights of waiting were or how many times you felt alone. I have been with you, sustaining and guiding you. The seeds you planted with tears now bloom with joy. Your strength, faith, and devotion will serve as an example for those who still do not understand the power of patience and obedience. Everything you experience from now on will be the fruit of a spiritual process that transcends the visible and the temporal. What seemed impossible becomes possible. What was dead is resurrected. What was sown in silence is now harvested with joy. Your path is marked by my presence, your life is my work, and your destiny reflects my glory. Today, the hope that once seemed dormant begins to awaken within you with greater intensity than ever before. Do not expect to understand everything immediately. What I am building in you is a work unfolding in constant progress, and each day lived with faith is like a solid brick carefully placed in the structure of your destiny. Even when you feel stationary, your growth is real, invisible to the eyes of the world, yet unmistakable to me, who sees every effort, every sigh, and every silent tear. Changes will come, some almost imperceptible, others profound, and you will notice beauty in the simplest details that once went unnoticed. This is no coincidence. It is the realignment of your spirit with what I have prepared since before you existed. Every step, every hesitation, every moment of uncertainty is part of forming the person you are becoming. The awakening of your heart will be brighter, your perception sharper, and the sensitivity you sometimes view as weakness will, in fact, become a powerful tool to discern the invisible signs guiding your journey. Your sensitivity, far from being a limitation, is a gift that amplifies your perception of the world. With it, you will notice what others cannot see, you will sense your surroundings, discern dangers before they approach, and feel the essence of situations with unprecedented clarity. I am sharpening your spiritual vision, expanding your awareness, and you will realize that you are no longer the same as yesterday, nor will you be the same tomorrow. What once shook you deeply will lose its power, and your heart will stand firm in situations that once seemed insurmountable. Your decisions will be made with greater conviction because I am removing the fear of failure and replacing it with confidence in what is right, even when the path seems uncertain. Even the stumbles that once felt like defeats will be understood as part of the journey toward your growth and the fulfillment of the plans I have set for you. This transformation may not be visible to everyone, but it will be profoundly felt within, and the peace you experience will reflect the harmony I am bringing to your soul. Soon, you will find yourself acting in ways that once seemed impossible. You will cut ties that bring you pain, release guilt that is not yours to bear, and look at yourself with lightness and serenity. This liberation will be quiet yet deep and transformative, for when I touch the soul, even the weight of painful memories dissolves. You will understand that you are not defined by the marks of the past but by the promises sustaining your life and the plans I have for you. There is no need to compete, prove strength, or justify your choices to anyone. I know your motivations, limits, and deepest intentions. That is precisely why I work directly from your heart. Your willingness to continue, even in the face of failures, is the fuel that will drive the divine movements I am about to activate in your life. Where there was once silence, there will now be direction. Where doubt existed, clear answers will emerge. Your prayers, even the simplest ones, carry immense value because they come from a sincere heart, and a true heart always draws heaven near. Continue to pray with humility, walk with perseverance, and wait with confidence. Nothing I do in you is in vain, and all that I have begun, I will complete myself. The story of your life has not yet reached its climax. The next chapter will be written with light, grace, and divine renewals that will bring clarity to days that feel confusing. You will experience a different perception in the coming moments, as if a cloud has lifted before you, revealing a previously hidden horizon. Inner confusions will reorganize, not because everything outside has changed, but because I am adjusting your perception, aligning your thoughts and emotions with the truth that sustains your existence. Many mysteries and situations that once seemed indecipherable will become clear when you allow silence and my voice to speak. My presence now surrounds you, bringing discernment where once there was only noise, and it is in this quiet, illuminated space that I speak directly to your spirit. Nothing is small when touched by my hand. What you once deemed insignificant, small gestures, forgotten words, simple everyday details, will become the seed of great transformations. I am awakening in you a new attentiveness, a way to see beauty in minutiae, grace in routines, and signs in ordinary events. Miracles are not only in the extraordinary, they manifest in daily faithfulness, silent love, and the consistency with which you live each moment. By perceiving this, you will rediscover the value of your own days, understanding that each action, no matter how simple it may seem, contributes to the building of your path and the fulfillment of what I have prepared for you. Life will be seen more clearly, more profoundly, and the joy that arises from recognizing what is essential will touch every aspect of your existence. Your relationships will also be transformed. They will pass through a natural filter, without conflict or forced explanations. What no longer serves you will drift away, and what is true will remain firm and healthy. This will bring relief, for emotional strain will be replaced by space for connections that strengthen and uplift. I am caring for your environment. Each distancing is protection, each closeness is reinforcement. There is no need to carry the weight of all. I see your silent efforts, your dedication, and the care you take to maintain balance. Now is the time to acknowledge your own needs and learn that giving yourself without limits drains the soul. I will teach you to care for yourself without guilt, to listen to your inner voice with wisdom and compassion. By caring for yourself with discernment, you will become even more capable of caring for those you love. Your home will be visited by a new peace that does not depend on external changes but on a profound transformation within you. Conversations will be gentler, glances more understanding, and even conflicts will take on a different tone, for where my love dwells, harmony prevails. Honoring me in your home, even on fragile days, will be rewarded with renewal and balance, and you will begin to experience nights of true rest. The restlessness that once haunted your mind will be replaced by deep sleep, and I will be present even when you are not aware, calming your thoughts and guiding them to the proper resting place, just as a river finds its way back to the sea. Finally, I am bringing peace to your mind and spirit. With this peace comes clarity, the understanding that every moment of difficulty served to strengthen your character and prepare your heart to receive what truly matters. Your life will begin to reflect harmony, discernment, and love in all areas. The small actions, the discreet gestures, and the attention to what once seemed insignificant will be recognized as instruments of growth and transformation. Every relationship, experience, and feeling will be guided, adjusted, and renewed by my care. The future unfolding before you is one of light, fulfillment, and profound meaning because I work tirelessly in your favor, refining, strengthening, and restoring everything that touches your soul. Now, breathe deeply and feel my presence permeating every fiber of your being. Every tear shed, every moment of doubt, every instant of waiting has been witnessed, valued, and used to shape your path. You are not alone, you never have been, and you never will be. The hope that now blooms within you is a sign that I am actively at work, guiding every step, rearranging every detail, and preparing your life for full realization. Trust, remain steadfast, and know that with each passing day, you draw closer to the fullness I designed for you from eternity. Many situations that once seemed complex and impossible to resolve will begin to shift without you having to exhaust yourself in unnecessary conflicts. This does not mean passivity, but rather wisdom. When you choose peace over pride, when you decide to trust me instead of striving to prove something, you enter a dimension of silent power. Testimonies will arise in your life without the need for explanation or justification, because those who hide in me are never shamed. I see every decision you make, every effort to resist anxiety or haste, and I honor that choice. Through this decision, your vision will transform. You will look at the world with new eyes, seeing solutions where once you only saw obstacles. Lifting your eyes to me is the first step in realizing that the problem was never greater than my provision, and that every circumstance has a purpose within the plan we have already set for you. As your eyes rise and your heart calms, your spirit begins to guide your mind and actions. You will start noticing doors that were open, yet blinded by your anxiety, and paths that once seemed impossible will reveal themselves. This transformation is not only emotional, it profoundly affects your body. Body and spirit are one, and when your soul is restored, your physical self also responds. That persistent pain, that constant fatigue, will be addressed at its root. Restoration begins quietly, and often you will not notice the movement until its effects manifest tangibly. Healing does not rely on human methods, it requires faith, consistency, and surrender. Each day, you will notice improvements, small signs that heaven is touching your life, and where the spirit is strengthened, the body finds balance. Your voice will be heard differently. For years, you were silenced, first by external circumstances and then by internal doubts. Now, when you speak, authority will dwell in your words. There will be no need to raise your voice or demand attention. The truth within you will shine on its own and touch hearts. Words spoken with purity, without intention to manipulate or impress, carry a power no one can deny. Those who previously paid no attention will listen, because when light finds a clean channel, it manifests with clarity. Faith that sometimes seemed weak now becomes your most powerful weapon. Your conviction will solidify into a certainty that is unshakable by external circumstances, storms, or the opinions of others. You are being anchored in a steadfastness you have never known before. Where others waver, you will remain firm, because those who build upon me find the rock that holds and never moves. This stability is not just for you, but also for those who lean on your experience. You will become a point of reference, an example of perseverance and faith. Words that once diminished you will lose their power, for your identity will not be defined by what was said, but by what I declare about you. Every unjust label, every distorted image the world tried to impose will be erased, and your true essence will be revealed. From now on, you will be known for what I created, not for what others attempted to project. The doors opening before you are not merely for your personal benefit. The blessing I place upon your life is expansive. It will overflow to your family, your descendants, and those who walk alongside you. You will witness harvests that surpass your expectations, and people who once did not understand or resisted my plan will awaken upon seeing your transformation. Your life will become a silent yet powerful testimony that I fulfill every promise made. Every detail is being aligned at the right moment, and the time for action is approaching. You will be able to receive, sustain, and multiply the blessings that arrive, because your heart is now prepared to value and utilize every gift I place in your hands. Even the simplest prayers, those whispered in silence, without an audience or expectation of human return, have had profound effects in heaven. Sincere requests, free from demands or dramatizations, are heard and valued. True faith does not need to be loud to move heaven. And it was your faith, even when weary, that created the pathways through which the answer has already begun to manifest. Now, you will find people walking alongside you with purposes aligned to mine. Spiritual connections will emerge that transform your trajectory, encounters that open prophetic doors, and alliances that uplift rather than confuse. This network of support will be a gift of great value, and through it, many others will experience what you have already begun to live. You will learn to discern what truly elevates you and draws you closer to me. Not everything that appears right is meant for you, but everything that genuinely brings you nearer to me is safe and true. The spiritual perception I am cultivating within you will act as your shield, protecting you from illusory paths and choices that do not contribute to your growth. You will learn to reject what hinders you, without guilt or fear, and to embrace what builds, strengthens, and illuminates. Each correct decision will be the fruit of this union between your heart and mind, and this harmony will allow you to distinguish between authentic light and disguised imitations. The false will be exposed, and you will move forward with clarity. The seeds you planted in dry soil will begin to sprout, and you will witness the transformation that once seemed impossible. I have observed your faithfulness when no one recognized it, your gestures when no one gave thanks, and none of this has gone unnoticed. Now I am activating old promises you believed had been forgotten. My timing is perfect, and my faithfulness ensures that every detail is fulfilled at the right moment. Your sensitivity, which often caused you pain, will now be refined and used with wisdom. The gift that seemed like a burden is, in fact, a key, allowing you to perceive beyond the obvious, feel the unspoken, and understand the invisible. This is not weakness, it is a divine gift that protects, guides, and empowers. Now, I am guiding this sensitivity with balance, so you will know what is yours and what is not, and so you can use your heart as an instrument of healing, rather than a vessel for others' pains. There are relationships that will be rebuilt, but not in the old way. I am reshaping connections with new awareness, maturity, and respect. You will no longer be driven by lack, and what was missing within you will be filled with meaning, purpose, and direction. You will no longer accept emotional crumbs, because what comes from me arrives complete, without confusion, without anguish, without effort to remain. What is true remains with lightness, and you will be able to recognize this peace in the gaze of others, in their actions, and in their consistency. The peace I give does not depend on the absence of problems, but on the constant presence of divine meaning in every moment of your life. You will be anchored in depth, and even if the surface is turbulent, your heart will remain calm, because one who knows the way does not despair at the speed of the wind. I am your north, and my guidance will be recognized by the calm that fills your being. Some answers will not come in words, they will come through events, divine coincidences, and unexpected encounters. I do not need to speak for you to know that I am present, my actions speak for me. Even when it seems that nothing has changed, your faith will see the invisible becoming reality. Everything that begins with me is completed, and everything you experience, even the difficult moments, is part of a scene I prepare to reveal beauty and purpose. Even the no's you received will become bridges to the yes that are now approaching. Nothing is wasted when control is in my hands. Your tears, shed in silence, will bear fruit in ways you have not yet seen, and when they bloom, it will be far greater than you imagined, because I am an expert in renewing all things. What seemed lost will be reinvented, what was taken will be multiplied, and what you endured in silence will be transformed into voice. Your voice will not be to show off, but to comfort, guide, and lead those who still face the hardships you have overcome. You will be heard by those who once ignored you, but your heart will not fill with pride, it will fill with compassion. True healing does not seek to prove anything, but desires to serve and protect so that others do not suffer in the same way. I give wisdom so that you can discern the difference between being a bridge and being a stage. The stage seeks empty applause, but the bridge supports genuine steps. Your mission is this: to uphold, point the way, and elevate without the spotlight, but with an entire heaven supporting every step. You will discover parts of yourself that were forgotten: lightness, creativity, easy laughter, and the freedom to be. These were never lost, they were dormant, and now I breathe life into them, awakening what is pure and genuine. Finally, I want you to know that everything you have lived through was necessary to arrive here. Every wound, every disappointment, every prolonged silence was an instrument of preparation for the great work I am accomplishing within you. You were shaped not only to receive blessings, but to sustain them, multiply them, and use them as the foundation of a legacy that will transcend generations. What was stagnant now moves, what seemed lost now blooms, and your life will become a testimony of what it means to persevere with faith, patience, and surrender. Nothing you suffered was in vain. Every tear, every doubt, and every challenge had a purpose. And today, I breathe life over all of it, so that you walk with confidence, wisdom, and peace, knowing that what comes from me is eternal, true, and capable of transforming not only your life, but the lives of many around you. This is the time of your restoration, your awakening, and the manifestation of everything I planted in you from the beginning. And so, my beloved child, everything will be fulfilled according to my promise, for I am faithful, and my work within you will never be lost. I hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.